Come on down to the Bala Town Club shop and see Andy to get your piece of Bala Town history to keep forever with the miracle of St. Petersburg. Relive the magic as Aussie villains' desperate attempts for a result led to a stunning turnaround as Gareth and co sunk the Russian giants. The miracle of St. Petersburg. Get your copy today. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa. Welcome to episode 9, season 4 of The Impossible Dream with Bala Town, and stocks are going very quickly, so make sure you get your copy of The Miracle of St. Petersburg. Now, I should say first of all, today we're going to be playing, I know we're going to do a TNS doubleheader, fixtures have moved, we're going to be playing Barrytown in the Welsh League Cup semi-final, yes, the one, and then we're going to be playing TNS in just one league fixture today. But before we get to that, we have got our sneak preview of the upcoming youth intake. So I thought we'd go and have a look at this. Now we can see here, we have what looks to be a top prospect in the centre of midfield. Excellent. We have one good young Welsh central midfielder from Bala who was caught the eye. I'm wondering if they're the same player. Most likely, but a local lad, literally a local lad from the village. Amazing stuff. This is a terrific group of young players coming through which has the potential to be a real golden generation. Now, from what I can see there, we're just talking about this one player, but a golden generation, maybe that's all it takes. If we look at the negatives, we don't have any great numbers of players coming through in any single position. That's fine. I'd rather have sort of mixed anyway, because so at least we get a decent under-18s team out of the whole thing, rather than have sort of all centre-backs or strikers or whatever. We have no defensive midfielders coming through. Most of our new goalkeepers coming through are of poor quality. That's fine, we have goalkeepers. The fullbacks coming through aren't the best. Most of our centre-backs coming through look like they won't make the grade. The next crop of wide midfielders doesn't look great. Our attacking midfielders coming through don't look like they're at the required standard. There are few good wingers in general. Most of our new strikers coming through don't look as if they're at the standard. And it seems like wingbacks coming through are probably not up to scratch. Yep, that's the golden generation for us apparently. Let's hope the midfielder coming through is a real star. Now, one other thing to catch you up on. We have, of course, just had the Winter World Cup. Let's go see how that went. So, it's a shock. Germany win the World Cup, beating Argentina in the final. That sounds familiar. If you're wondering, yes, Messi did play, and yes, Messi has lost another final for Argentina. Let's go and have a look at the whole thing play out. I figure you'll see who wins here, so there's no point building suspense. I've been caught out trying to do that before. If we have a look at the group stage, Mexico and Ghana went through their group and knocked out Qatar and Norway. Germany and South Korea went through at the expense of Poland and Canada. Not a great World Cup for Canada, 0 points there. The USA and Denmark went through and knocked out Spain. That's an upset. Ivory Coast as well went out. Oh, my boys. It was Portugal and Uruguay that went through. Australia got knocked out, but the important thing is that we beat New Zealand, and that was what our World Cup was all about for both countries there, I'm almost convinced. Croatia and Austria went through at the expense of Brazil, which is stunning to me, because if you look, while following the lead series, we're at roughly the same points. Brazil got knocked out in the group stage of that one as well. Spoiler alert. So that's really, really strange. 2 World Cups, and Brazil's got knocked out in the group stage of both, and not tough groups either, really. France and Senegal went through at the expense of Colombia and Japan. England and Burkina Faso went through at the expense of Wales. Now, Wales got a point against Iran. They lost 1-0 to England. I don't know if we want to go and have a look at that game, actually. Can we get to Group G, please, game? Group G and fixed... Oh, don't do this to me. Why, game? Why? Alright, we'll do it your way. Group G. England, Wales. Where are we? There we are, there. So it was Mason Mount in the 6th minute. Looks like it was a relatively even game. But yeah, there we go. We can see the Wales team there. Gareth Bale has retired from international football now. So we're scouting him. We've got him on the shortlist. We'll see if we can tempt him back to Bala. I don't think that's going to happen. But you never know. Oh dear, what have I clicked on there? And we can just go back to all groups from here. And then Group H, the final group. You may not be able to see it behind my head, but it was Italy and Argentina that shockingly went through at the expense of Sweden and Jamaica. But it looks like Jamaica got a draw out of Sweden, I'm going to assume. Yeah, so there we go. Decent World Cup, I'd say, that one for Jamaica. About as much as they could have hoped for from that group. The second round, Mexico knocked out South Korea on penalties. Germany knocked out Ghana on penalties. Uruguay knocked out the USA. Denmark, extra time against Portugal. They got through. Senegal smashed Croatia 3-0. Bit of an upset, that one, I would imagine. Certainly the score, if not the result. Austria knocked out France on penalties. Argentina knocked out the English. And it was Italy knocking out Burkina Faso, who, let's face it, were probably wondering what the hell they were doing in the second round of a World Cup. The quarterfinals, Mexico knocked out Denmark to make it. They finally got past the round of 16, Mexico. They never do that, do they? So they go to the semi-finals with Germany, who knocked out Uruguay, Italy, who knocked out Senegal, and Argentina knocked out Austria. The semi-finals, it was Argentina beating Mexico and Germany thumping Italy as well. And then the third place playoff was Mexico over Italy. So well done to the Mexicans. They're a good team, aren't they, Mexico? You always wonder if they're going to be the next team, or the team sort of outside of Europe to go and win a World Cup. They certainly, I think they have the potential. We can see there Tommy Rogic, go on son, highest average match rating. Timo Werner was the Golden Boot winner, and you can see all the other ins and outs of the competition there. Alright, we have more to catch you up on actually, because we've also played 3 games since last episode while the World Cup break was going on. 3 games in 3 different cup competitions, starting with Denbigh in, this was I think the Welsh League Cup quarter-final. Given we have a semi-final coming up this episode, that kind of gives something away, doesn't it? Up Gareth smashed us into an early lead, and then found Romario Vieira for him to score our second. Vieira then returned the favour, picking out Ap Gareth to seal the tie with our third. So we were too good for them, which is fine. You'd expect that. They're a second division team. I think they're an amateur team as well. Ap Gareth was just sensational again. Romario Vieira with a goal as well, and that was job done. Next up, it was Iron Brew action against Alloa Athletic. Brandon Cooper tapped in our opener before James Wade headed in our second just before half time. Alloa pulled one back early in the second half, but we secured the tie moments later when Parsons picked out Waite at the edge of the area. So there we go, we move on to the semi-finals of the Iron Brew Cup, and we have got Inverness, I think it is. I'll double check that for you. So Groundhopper will be very pleased that we keep our chances alive here. We've fielded a relatively strong team. Cooper with a goal, James Waite with a double. We were the better team. We did ride our luck at times in this one. You can see both teams had 7 shots on target. We did dominate possession. But yeah, we were the better team. But another day, it could easily have gone the other way. The final game to catch you up on, it was Welsh Cup third round action against Affinlido. Ap Gareth played in Nebula, who eventually managed to find the back of the net. Rhys Williams headed in our second, before Waite played in Romario Vieira for our third. So a slow start, Nebula eventually put the ball in the back of the net after a tackle and everything that kind of went wrong for him. Rhys Williams and Romario Vieira again with the goals. Williams, Daniel Williams, our new central midfielder, absolute star he is looking for us. So that's good. And again, we were just too strong. Now, Lido's a decent team. I think they're third in the league this season. We'll go and have a quick update of the tables just so you can, as a refresher as to where we're at. It is Inverness we've got in the semi-finals at home as well, so that's a big game for us. Yeah, Affinlido was sitting third, so that wasn't the easiest third round tie of the Welsh Cup, but we're 2 points up ahead of the New Saints with that game in hand still. As I said, we do play them this episode though, but right now it is all about, where are we? We're going down here. It's Welsh League Cup semi-final time at home to Barrytown. Now Barrytown, I'm pretty sure, knocked us out at this stage of the competition last year and then went on to win it, so a chance for redemption here. We are the favourites, as you would expect. We will be facing the New Saints in the final should we get there. Scouting report, they're still a Christian Edwards coach team. We can see his ins and outs there. Standard balanced playing style, if you can't see that behind my head. We are expecting them to come out something resembling this formation. Unfortunately, it's been so long since the last game. Our data analysis have forgotten how they played. So there we go. But this is the team we're sending out. It's relatively strong, though we are obviously looking to favour the TNS game where we can. A few things to catch you up on player selection-wise. Vieira wants to play more football, so we've promised him more football. Same with Nebula. So again, we've promised him more football because we want to keep them both. A little bit too much rotation, perhaps, for their personal taste. So we're going to go with Radcliffe in goal. Injury news, Louis Gray has picked up himself an injury. Not too serious, but he isn't available for this one. So Radcliffe is fine. He's in on loan, of course, from Cardiff. So we'll see what he can do. Glennon, Cooper, Rhys Williams and Bakari is a strong back four for us, I think. Vieira and Parsons in midfield. Ap Gareth down the right. Waite and Jones on the left. It's Nebula up top. Let's see if we can make a cup final. Because we didn't get to a cup final last year, did we? We kept choking in semi-finals, so it would be nice to get back to one if we can. The team's expected to win and book their place in the final. Alright, teams such as ours, we should be winning this match. I expect a win. Alright, I expect a win. Let's go with that. Some calm, we have faith. Hopefully that's not going to make them too anxious. But this is a strong team. We should be winning this. And here we go. Now, a few other things to catch you up on that. Constant rumours in the press that we're going to be the subject of a takeover. Now, our chairman is saying, nope, it's nonsense, but there's no smoke without fire usually in these sorts of things, is there? So it may be we find... Look, a decent crowd, look at that. So it may be that we find ourselves with a new owner soon. We'll wait and see on that one. And there's a good ball for Nebula. Oh, he sticks it away 5 minutes in. And Sebastian Nebula gives us the lead. And it's 1-0. And a nice ball through there from James Waite as well, wasn't it? We'll demand a little bit more from them. And on we go. Now, of course, the transfer window is open now as well. We're literally January 1st in game, so it's just opened up. I'm not looking to sign players. I'm kind of working on the theory here that we need to start and sort of take our squad to the next level. And if we can get players in now that we have ready for when Champions League qualifying, well, hopefully we'll be in the Champions League qualifying, but when, Europe starts next season, then we'll be all the better for that at the time, obviously, rather than because this qualifying starts so early in the transfer window for us. So there's a good pick up by Waite. He's found Nebula again. Can he make it a double? He has done it! He scored 2 goals in about 30 seconds. It's 2-0, and that might just about do it. We will tell them to... We'll tell them to concentrate for now. Good pick up there by Waite. Excellent through ball. Excellent run by Nebula as well, wasn't it? And makes no mistake. Look, goalkeeper maybe should have done a little bit better there, but we'll take that and run. And that is 2-0, and are we headed back to a cup final, I wonder? So I'm kind of looking for bargains at this point. I'm not necessarily looking to sign a brand new squad or upgrade the whole squad. What we don't want to do, of course, is unbalance the team that we currently have. But, so I'm just kind of having a look around, window shopping, let's say. And if I see something I like, then we'll go and get it. But otherwise, I'm relatively happy for now with what we have. There is, Henry Jones. There is, of course, contracts that are going to be expiring at the end of the year. There's some interesting players that are available for that. But a lot of them at this point aren't interested in signing with us. It's a goal from Reece Williams. Horrible goalkeeping yet again. And that is 3-0. And that should just about see us back into a final. And a little bit of revenge for Barrytown. I'm sure it was Barrytown. They went on and won it, didn't they? I'm sure that was last year. One of the players actually is Teo. I forget if that's his first or second name. He was suggested by someone in the comments. Now, we have at this point fully scouted him. He looks decent, to be honest. A midfield that could play left back at a stretch. But the problem is that he has no interest in joining us. He's currently at Blackpool. And that is kind of the problem that we have right now. There's a lot of really good players that are probably in sort of English Championship quality. And that's kind of the level I want to try and get players at now. But they're not interested in joining us right now. They want to keep their options open sort of to the end of the season. Which from their point of view is fine, I guess. I mean, we're doing really, really well. But are we... very happy with you, mate. Are we sort of, is the Welsh Premier League where you want to go if you're playing for, say, Wolves or a Scottish Premier League club? But that's sort of the areas that we're attracting players in now. It's a lot of sort of Rangers rejects and Hibs youngsters and things like that are sort of interested in coming. But when you go and offer them a contract, they say, want to wait till sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Options. They want I've gone blank. They want to weigh up their options. That was the word I couldn't think of. So we'll kind of see where we go. I'm hoping we might get a few transfer listed players that we might be able to snap up sort of really cheap. That's something I'd be interested in doing. Here we go with Gareth. He goes a nice little back heel there for Vieira, for Parsons, back for Vieira. Another thing I need to be conscious of is just the size of our squad right now. Brandon Cooper, what is that, mate? I thought you had good concentration, and I tell you what, unlucky. There we go, Bakari, just panic and hack it out of the stadium behind your own goal. That's fine, mate. Let's maybe go off attacking. We are 3-0 up after all. Can we get that away? We can. Nebula's there. Are we going to get the second ball? No, concentrate in the middle, please, boys. It comes back in. Again, it's headed away. Cooper's trying to make up for his mistake, and it's blocked behind for another corner. Just a little period of pressure here we need to weather. So let's hope we can do that. Another corner to get knocked in here. Oof, and that is blocked on the line by Vieira, I think it was. And can we hit them on the break? No, Parsons clears it in the touch for the Barry Town line-out. Yeah, so I think we are going to have a clean-out at some point just to get rid of players that have been good players for us. But it's always happens, isn't it? As you move the club forward, players that were once great start to get left behind a little bit. And that's kind of, I think, the situation that we're starting to find ourselves in here. We won't make any subs here. I mean, we've come straight back from the World Cup. No one's going to be fatigued. And if they're tied, then it gives us a chance to give somebody else a game. That was really quite good, wasn't it? Don't let that go to your heads, boys, but that was a good performance. So there we go, Bala Town, hammer Barry Town. You love to see it. And Nebula, 2 goals in 30 seconds, got us underway. Really well taken goals as well. And that is that. Guys, wait right there. We're back to face TNS for the first time this season, believe it or not, in January. We could really take a big step towards the league title with a win there. And the winner of the FIFA Best Men's Player of the Year award is Neymar. What? No, stop the ceremony. This is outrageous. This is disgusting. Have you ever heard of Luke Bussenbrew? And what about Gareth? Did you even see the miracle of St. Petersburg? So there we go. Absolute snubbery by FIFA. Unbelievable. But Neymar wins World Player of the Year ahead of Mbappe and Martinez. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, he's a decent player, but he's no Bussenbrew and he's no Gareth, is he? That's for sure. So there we go. Unbelievable. What a snub that was. All right. We are about to face the New Saints in the league, and we can see there the league table. We're 2 points clear with a game in hand. If we can win this and go 5 points clear with a game in hand, then you just start to wonder if we get fingertips on the trophy for a 4th consecutive year. Let's have a look at what we're expecting from them here. They're still a Scott Rusco coach team. I mean, he's a good manager, isn't he? He just can't win a league title to save himself, can he? But okay. No, after the game, Aussie Villain, after the game. They're a standard balanced playing style. Analysis report, we are expecting the old 4-5-1 from them, the old bus parking of the New Saints. We can see there their heat map goalkeeper loves to hold the ball, it looks like, so we'll try and close him down. We can see their passing network and key passes there. And this is a team we're sending out. Now, we have some match-fatigued players here. We have Cooper, Vieira, Williams, Glennon, and Nebula are all match-fatigued. Now, we know, again, match-fatigued players tend to not play well, but you will notice that Vieira and Nebula are in the team, and that is because I'm really frustrated by this, and I feel like it's a bug in the game that costs me players that I really don't like. They're both not quite happy yet. We've got one more day left to keep their promise for more games. Now, the problem is that we haven't been playing games. So somewhere in here, I would have made that promise to them. We've played friendlies. Obviously, they didn't play them in every friendly because it's a friendly. Why would that even matter? So they've started games. I think it might have been... No, I think it was after this one. But even so, you can see there Nebula and Vieira both started. So maybe it was before that one. They've pretty much played every game, but yet here we are. So let's hope that we can get away with the fatigued players, and we have options on the bench. We can just take them off if they're not playing well. But Radcliffe has to continue in goal. Newton comes in for the match-fatigued Glennon. Let's hope he has a good game. Lewis and Gosney, they've both done it for us in Europe. There's no reason to think that they can't do it for us in the domestic league. Bakari continues at right back. Williams and Vieira go in midfield. Gareth, Waite, and Neto the middle three. In behind Nebula. Let's go. So there we go. They do come out in that same formation, and let's go see what we can do here. Tell the team to expect to pick up where they left off. What do we want to say here? We owed after what? Did we? Oh, we must have lost to them last time. Just pick up where you left off last game. That's fine, boys. I'll settle for that. And out we go. And yeah, like I say, this is a really big game for us. Oh, actually, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. I knew there was something else. We've broken the Welsh League Cup record for most goals in a tournament. We have 16. The previous record was held by the New Saints, so we've nicked one of their records, which is nice, and it was 15. Obviously, we're one ahead now. So, with a game in hand, we still have the final. The final to play, and we find ourselves the new record goal scorers of the Welsh League Cup. So that's good to see. I wonder if we could hold every record in Welsh football by the time we're done here. What's happened there? It's a corner kick. Was that a scramble in front of our own goal? So that's not great. Come on, boys. Let's get this away, please. It comes in. It is hacked away by Daniel Williams, and that's going to go out for a line out. And yeah, let's see what we can... Why are we looking nervous, boys? Why are we looking nervous and apprehensive? It's Vieira and it's Nebula. Maybe we make a double change there at half-time. I'll tell you what, Waite's done really well there. Can he find Sebastian? Nebula, go yourself, mate. Can he slip a ball in? He goes himself, and that's perhaps a little bit selfish. But it is what it is, isn't it? All right, so there we go. That is the first half done. Absolute donuts. I'm going to say we're not pleased with what we've seen there. And I think we are going to take off the two fatigued players because they just never play well. If you're ever wondering, this is sort of side thing. Because like, you see people all the time say, "Oh, my team suddenly dies, stops playing well." Check your match fatigue players, guys. I almost guarantee that's what the problem is. And once they get a bit of a break, they'll come back and start playing well again. We've also got Newton looking tired. Unfortunately for us, we only really have 2 left backs at the club, which is something we could look to improve on in the window, actually. We'll kind of wait and see how that plays out. But yeah, that's just kind of is what it is. Neither fullback's playing particularly well. Let's give it a get creative and see what we can do there. A draw, I guess, isn't a bad result for us. But at home, you'd like to think that we could get the win. But yeah, we'll just kind of see. The slight concern I have here is that we haven't seen anything from ourselves yet, really. Just that one chance for Waite. Bakari's hacked that forward to nobody. I'm wondering, actually, if we need to raise our tempo here a little bit. I think we're playing at a lower tempo. That's problems. It's problems. It's big problems. We're 1-0 down. Let's raise this tempo up. Let's leave that. And let's get stuck in. And you can't say it hasn't been coming necessarily. There's not really been anything to sort of mention in the game, really. But ball over the top. Lewis is caught out, and Radcliffe maybe a little bit unlucky, but just can't quite manage it. Show some passion, boys. Come on. Suddenly we all look nervous. I'm going to say my pre-game team talk possibly wasn't the right one. Ball in. It's over the bar from Gosney. Yeah, because obviously, yeah, we've come out and we're looking nervous and not particularly playing well. So, yeah, that's not great. Come on, boys. Oh, it's okay. That's okay. High, wide, and handsome, as they say. All right, what can we do here? It's another set piece. Williams knocks it in. It's decent. It's there. It's Neto. Oh, he's offside. Oh, I'd like to see that again. Connor Gosney won the ball at the back post, I think it was. And I'm not convinced... Oh, Neto, he's offside, isn't he? He's a mile offside. Neto, mate, that is silly. He does do some daft things, Neto. Let's get Henry Jones on for him, as a matter of fact. Neto's contract is up at the end of the season. I don't think this time we'll be renewing it. I tossed and turned about it last season, whether we should be doing it. I think we've moved past Neto now as a club. So this will be his last season at Bala Town, unfortunately for him. And we'll look to upgrade, obviously, in that position. But it's not looking particularly good here right now. All right, high line. We have to go full attack. And see if we can get something going here. Let's try exploit the middle. That's where James Waite is. That's where our best chance is, I think. We'll play for set pieces. We do look relatively dangerous from set pieces. But, yeah, this isn't looking good. It's not looking good. It's got 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. Can we nick a late equaliser? Newton on the ball for Williams. Goes back for Lewis. Lewis, what's he got for us? In there for Waite. It's Allmark. It's Allmark! We've done it! And the unbeaten season just might be about to continue. Damien Allmark's the hero. James Waite, I said he was our most dangerous player. And we found him there. Lewis has found Waite. And look at that pass. That is sumptuous, isn't it? And Allmark makes no mistake. Let's tell him to concentrate. We should probably be a little bit happy with what we've got here, actually, shouldn't we? Let's do that. Let's get back on our feet and let's just yeah, consider ourselves lucky to get a stoppage time equaliser and go from there. There we go. Huge goal. Damien Allmark, hero of the day, and we have rescued ourselves a point. Bala Town rescue late draw, and that is now 20 games unbeaten in the league, and we just about clung on to that. Is that in the league or is that everything? I think that's just in the league. So excellent stuff. Guys, that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And yeah, that's a massive point. Huge point. And as I said, we've snuck that late, haven't we? We will be back tomorrow. We'll round out the week. We've got a League Cup final to play for now. So I think my plan was to come back a little bit further in the season. But we've got to come back for the final against TNS again. So I think what we'll do is Catherine Druids away to warm up. I know we've seen them already this season, but it's just the way that the draw has kind of fallen there. And then it will be the New Saints on a neutral venue in the Rodney Parade. Why do I recognise that name? Who's Rodney Parade's ground? Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I do know that name though. Is that no, what are they called? Newtown. Anyway, let's not worry about it. We'll be back tomorrow for a cup final in the Catherine Jewels. Until then, guys, Open Aussieville, and thank you so much for watching. Take care. Newport. It's Newport.